It's Starsky&Hutch on our second night in Galicia, northern Spain, and it's on the 21st of November. It's cold, very cold. Okay, just give you some idea that it's not always as straightforward as you might think it is. We left and we started doing some filming, we did some cleaning up of the rubbish, and then did some more filming. So by the time we arrived here, it's pretty late and the clocks hadn't gone back, so not like in Portugal, so it was getting on when we arrived. So the first thing I went to was a police station and asked them about the albergue, somewhere for me to stay, or for us to stay. And the policeman was very good. He came out of the station and he walked down the high street and then showed us the right direction to go. Off we go. And when we arrived there, the chap just said, "Nope, sorry, no dogs." I said, "Well, what about if I put him outside and can I stay?" He said, "No, sorry, not with the dog." And he said, "I'm just going to ring the headquarters in Santiago to make sure." And he did, and he said, "Yep, sorry, there's no dogs, full stop." Oh, great. So me and Starsky go back off to the police station again and talked to the nice policeman, and he said, "Well, maybe you have to go try one of the private ones." And he come out of the station again, took me down the high street and showed me a restaurant. He never talked to the owner because he has a albergue and maybe you can stay there. So I had a good old chat to him and explained what I was doing, everything else, and he said, "No, sorry, just no dogs, full stop." I said, "Okay, it's not looking good." So I go back to the policeman station again and talk to the nice policeman. And he said, "Well, what we'll do now is ring up the Defence Civil and see if they got a place for the dog and you can go sleep in one of the albergues." I wasn't too keen on the idea because I don't know if Starsky would be happy to go back in the kennels again, even for one night. But anyhow, he rang them and made a few phone calls, and then about 10 minutes later the chap actually came down himself from the civil defence, and they made some more phone calls, and there was some more talking, and then they said, "Sorry, there's just no way we can do it for the dog." So I said, "Okay." So the first albergue I went to, I noticed there was a park bench there, so I thought, well, what we can do, we can go back there and we can park up and put the tent and everything else up there. So I told the police, that's where we're going to be, so if any police car comes round, they know who we are and what we're about. So I went down there and I just put the bike near the bench. The chap from the albergue came out and said, "Oh, we've got a place for the dog now." I thought, yeah, well, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea just put him in the kennels and we'll just camp out here. He said, "Oh, it's going to be cold." I said, "Yes, I'll be alright, we'll be okay, we're fine." So I don't know if anybody knows about the bike and the tent, but it takes quite a bit of a work up just to get it all set up. You sort of like get the bike around the bench and then you start getting things off the bike, and the tent and everything else, and you put the tent over the bike and the bench. And then I started to get his own sleeping bag, but I got some cardboard boxes to put down and put around him to keep him warm. So I settled him down between the bench and the bike, and then got myself a sleeping bag out and got it all set up. And then I heard this voice asking me if I spoke English, and I said yes. And she said, "Can you speak Spanish too?" I said yes. And she said, "Well, we're from Animal Rescue." I thought, "Oh, it'd be interesting." I said, but he's okay, I will look after him. She said, "No, we've got a place for you and the dog, and you're welcome to come and stay." So again, here we go, it's about 9 o'clock now, and so we're packing up the bag and the tent and everything else and put it all back together again on the bike, and we're off again. And now we're here. We've got a nice room to sleep in and it's warm, so we're okay. But let's just give you some idea that it's not always as straightforward as you might think it is. And we've had some good support in the past, and just hopefully we'll get some support in the future too as we carry on, especially now in the winter months. It's where we can really do with a bit of support. I mean, we don't need much, just somewhere to dry out the rain, and just somewhere. We've got sleeping bags and everything else. We're alright. We just need some protection from the weather, if anything else, and so that's about it, really. So hopefully we'll, for the next few months, like I say, up until February, we'll be grateful for any support we can get, and after that it should be okay. Days start to get longer, a bit longer, and warmer weather comes, and then we can camp out quite happily, and won't be so bad. And you can see Starsky was quite stressed out by it all, can't you? You can see that. Yeah. He had a lift in a car today, and that's the first time he's ever been in a car, as far as I know. It's only it's a short 5-minute journey for him, but I think it got him a little bit. But I definitely know when he got out of the car, he got his paw caught around the lead, and he's sort of like hanging with it. Poor thing was sort of giving a bit of a yelp, but I'll give him a massage later on around both his legs, his front legs, and he'll be fine. He's okay. I just want to say thanks again to the vet in Portugal who gave him the injection. His coat's coming back really well now, and yeah, he's stopped scratching, and he's doing fine. It's really good, so very pleased with that, and hopefully he doesn't have to do it again at any time. But yeah, it's definitely, his coat is looking a lot better, and where he was scratching himself and licking himself, his hair's growing back, so it's good. So we're all in good shape. So there's a little natter for you, a little rant on what's going on. So right, I'll go get some sleep.